Last Saturday, I did a deep dive into my business and I found some holes in my business that were probably contributing to my revenue problems. And so this week, I've been working on those and I wanted to let you know just how that's been going. So one thing that I just want to point out is that I normally do this on Saturdays. Today, it's midday Friday, so I still have a half work day left, so some of these numbers are going to change a little bit still, but I'm doing it now because I am traveling this weekend. So I wanted to preface with that, but just the areas that we identified, the biggest problem we identified was marketing, and then I opened up my marketing systems and I showed you all of my KPIs and all of what I try to do every week in every box of marketing. One thing that's not represented here that was last week was ads, because I was just giving the advice to turn my ads off for the rest of the month, and so I'm not running any ads right now. With that being said, let's go through what the goals were, what they were last week, what the change has been, and I have some numbers written down so that I don't have it all off the top of my head, but that way we'll be able to run through everything easily. So first off was the one-to-one warm. So this is networking, this is warm email. So ideally I want to spend 3.5 to 7 hours per week doing networking activities. I spent 0 last week, recognize that as a problem. Did not fix that problem, spent 0 this week, which means that one is neutral for the week. Next, email, warm email. I want to send 5 every week. I sent 1 last week. I recognized that as a problem, but I didn't recognize it as my primary problem. I did not fix it this week. So nothing has changed here. Next, we have the one-to-one cold. For that, I do LinkedIn connection requests that turn into conversations. I do Facebook DMs, and I do cold email. Last week, I wanted to hit 235. My goals never change, really, by the way. I wanted to hit 235 LinkedIn connection requests. I only did 47. Recognize that as a problem. I wanted to fix that. This week, I hit 141. And in doing that, we saw a 94 raw increase in connection requests, which turns into exactly a 200% increase. Okay, finally got something on the board where I have seen improvement. That's great. Facebook DMs. I want to send 235 every single week. Last week I sent roughly 100, but I didn't track it well. This week I sent 94 so far. The day's not over today, but I sent 94 so far, so I'm not exactly hitting my goals, but I don't think that I'm going to call this a drop because I didn't really know what it was last week. So I'm going to say that that one's also neutral. Similarly, cold email, I still haven't gotten that fixed, so that one's also neutral. And then finally, getting low here, all my organic stuff. This is one-to-many warm. So Facebook posts, I want to send 15. Last week I sent 14. I didn't see that as a problem. I said that's close enough. But this week I've done 16 so far and the day's not over. And so that is at least growth. So that is a raw growth of 2 and a percent growth of 14%. Okay. YouTube videos, I want a video going out every single day. I did 2 last week. This week I've done 4. That's a raw increase of 2 and a percent increase of 100%. Okay. Next, shorts. Want to send 15 shorts out every single week. I did 2 last week, I did 0 this week. Oof. So that is a drop. That is a raw drop of 2 or a raw drop of 100%. And finally, podcasts. Want to do 5, did 0 last week, did 0 this week, that one's neutral. So overall across the board, what we can see I've done this week are what I would say objectively improvements. A 200% improvement here, a 14% improvement here, a 100% improvement here, a 100% improvement here. Overall, I'm seeing improvement, I'm seeing growth, and so I'm counting this week as a win even though I didn't hit my numbers yet. Hopefully next week I can do the same analysis with you and I will see the same improvement. But now for the big question I hope you're asking. The big question should be, how has this affected my revenue? Because the reason that we had a problem last week was that there was an issue with my revenue and I was trying to figure out how come it wasn't where I wanted it to be. So, how did this help? Or in other words, where's my revenue at this week? So let me just give us some space here. Last week when I had the problem, we did $788 in revenue. I know, exciting. There was a problem. I had to look into it. I had to figure it out. How did we do this week? This week, drum roll please, we have done $3,440 in revenue for a net increase of $2,652 and a percent increase of 336%. So it seems to me like we identified and fixed the right problems. I just wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to see real time how this works, how it affects, and I thought this would make a cool short video. Happy holidays. It's Christmas in like 3 days, so God bless.